your sleep may be trying to warn you about something serious. Do you think it's normal to wake up several times at night to urinate? What if I told you that this seemingly harmless habit could be a silent warning that something dangerous is happening inside your body, and that just 4 simple steps before bed could completely change the course of your health? I am Dr. Ana Esperanza, a physician specializing in men's health, and today I will expose secrets that almost no one dares to reveal. Science already knows these signs, but many prefer to keep them hidden. Before we go any further, write in the comments, "I want to sleep in peace." That way, I'll know you're ready to discover the truth. Stay with me until the very end, because only then will I reveal, step by step, the full ritual that could give you back your nights of peaceful sleep. You may believe that getting up once or twice during the night to urinate is common, almost inevitable with age. Many men accept it as if it were the natural toll of growing older, a minor inconvenience to be endured in silence. They mention it casually, laugh it off, convinced it's nothing more than part of life. But behind this seemingly harmless routine lies a far darker truth, because what looks like nothing more than a nightly inconvenience is actually a coded message, a silent alarm your body triggers in the darkness to warn you that something is deeply wrong. Waking in the night is never neutral. It is a sign that your body has lost its rhythm. The natural process, sinking into deep sleep, entering restorative phases, waking refreshed and strong, is broken. Every awakening cuts the invisible thread that connects your organs, your hormones, and your mind to true regeneration. And each fragmented night eats away at your strength, your clarity, your future health. Picture the scene more vividly. The house is silent. Outside, the world is dark, lifeless. Still, your breathing has slowed, your body is heavy, your mind has finally begun to sink into the depths of real rest. Then, from within, a small but relentless pressure rises. At first it whispers, then it nags until it commands you to wake. Your eyes snap open. You shuffle through the cold hallway, half-conscious, following the same path you've walked countless times before. The ritual is mechanical. Bathroom, flush, return to bed. You lie down again, hoping to fall back into the void. But the void has closed its door. Every time you wake, you shatter the most precious mechanisms of sleep. Your brain was in the middle of archiving memories, erasing useless fragments, and consolidating learning. Interrupted. Your body was releasing testosterone, the hormone of vitality, strength, and desire. Interrupted. Your heart was resting, its pressure easing, its beat slowing. Interrupted. Even if you return to sleep, you rarely return to the same depth. Each awakening leaves an invisible scar, another crack in the foundation of your health. And the next morning the debt comes due. You rise heavy, foggy, with sand in your eyes and lead in your muscles. Your patience is thinner, your mind slower, your mood darker. Your family notices. You snap at small things, forget details, seem distant. You drown yourself in coffee, hoping to mask the exhaustion. But deep down, your body knows something vital is broken. Repeat this night after night, and it becomes more than a nuisance. It becomes a cycle of slow destruction. Modern medicine calls it nocturia, a cold, sterile word that hides the horror it represents. Nocturia is not simply a bladder problem. It is a symptom, a red warning light flashing from deep inside your system. Research is clear. Men who wake frequently at night are at far greater risk of hypertension, heart failure, diabetes, neurological decline, and even premature death. That harmless little midnight walk is, in truth, a rehearsal for disaster. And what's most unsettling is the precision. Many men wake at the same time every night, as though an invisible clock is ringing inside their flesh. The ancients called it the bell of silent death. Today, doctors speak of cortisol surges, disrupted melatonin, and circadian imbalance. Different words, same curse. Your body repeats this ritual as if carving it into your destiny. Now look closer at your heart. Night is meant to be its time of rest. Blood pressure should drop, the rhythm should calm. But when you wake, rest is stolen. Stress hormones flood your blood. Your heart is jolted into activity. It beats faster, harder, when it should be healing. This silent war, repeated every night, wears it thin. That is why nocturia is not harmless. It is why men with nocturia face more arrhythmias, more heart attacks, more strokes. Your broken nights are not accidents. They are rehearsals for catastrophe. And what about your hormones? Testosterone, the very engine of manhood, is forged in the depths of uninterrupted sleep. Each awakening is a thief that steals from this reservoir. Over months, over years, the deficit accumulates. You wake drained, your libido fades, your muscle weakens, your confidence erodes. You blame age, but it is not age. It is exhaustion carved into you by fragmented nights. Your metabolism suffers too. Disrupted sleep scrambles insulin, drives fat into your abdomen, and fuels silent inflammation. Study after study links nocturia and poor sleep with obesity, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. Your waistline expands, your blood sugar climbs, your energy collapses, and all the while you think it's just a normal midnight trip to the bathroom. And then there's your brain. At night it activates a hidden network, the glymphatic system, that flushes away toxins building between neurons. But every interruption stops the wash. Night after night, toxins linger, connections weaken. Slowly your thoughts cloud, your memory falters, your words slip away. You misplace your keys, forget why you walked into a room, struggle to focus on conversations. You tell yourself, I'm just getting older. But no, it is your brain poisoning itself in silence. Over time, nocturia doesn't just damage health, it changes identity. The man who once woke full of vigor becomes a shadow who trudges through the day. His vitality fades, his spark dims, his reflection becomes a stranger. His wife notices he is irritable, withdrawn. His children say he looks tired, different. At work, he makes mistakes, loses drive, avoids challenges. At home, he has no patience left to give. Life shrinks, little by little, as nights steal what days cannot recover. And still, he tells himself, it's normal. Think carefully. Do you still believe this is harmless? Do you believe your body wakes you for no reason? No. Each awakening is a message, a letter your body writes in the invisible ink of fatigue. And the real question is, will you keep ignoring it? Many men do. They say, everyone goes through this. They cling to that illusion, drifting deeper into resignation. Meanwhile, their hearts weaken, their hormones collapse, their minds dim, and by the time they finally recognize the truth, it is too late. Because getting up to urinate is not the problem. The real problem is what that gesture hides. And this is only the surface, because something even darker waits beneath. You already know that waking up at night is not a harmless detail. It is a message, written in fatigue and carved into your body one broken night at a time. But what you may not yet realize is just how devastating this cycle truly is. Because behind that small gesture, rising from bed, walking down the hall, urinating in the darkness, lies a chain reaction that weakens every part of you. The danger isn't in the act itself, but in what it reveals about your heart, your hormones, your metabolism, and even your mind. Let's start with your heart. At night, it is supposed to rest. Blood pressure should fall, heart rate should slow, the muscle itself should recover from the battles of the day. But every time you wake, this recovery is stolen. Your nervous system switches into alert mode, stress hormones surge, adrenaline spikes. Your heart, instead of repairing itself, is forced into another sprint. Imagine that. Night after night, when it should be healing, your heart is being whipped forward, driven harder. Over the years, this invisible marathon wears it thin. It is no coincidence that men with nocturia suffer more arrhythmias, more heart attacks, more strokes. These are not random tragedies. They are the natural outcome of sleep broken again and again. Then come the hormones. Testosterone, the lifeblood of a man's vitality, is built in the deep hours of undisturbed rest. Every awakening is a thief that steals from this reservoir. Over time, the deficit accumulates. Morning after morning, you wake drained. Your desire fades, your muscle shrinks, Your motivation withers. You think, this is age, but it isn't. It is exhaustion carved into you, each night slicing another piece of strength from your body. Your metabolism pays its price too. When sleep is fractured, insulin control collapses. Your body grows resistant, forcing sugar into the blood, fat into the belly. Silent inflammation spreads, eroding your arteries and organs. Studies confirm it. Nocturia and broken sleep go hand in hand with obesity, diabetes, and the slow poison of metabolic syndrome. You see it in the mirror, the growing waistline, the swelling fatigue, the constant hunger. What you think of as just a quick trip to the bathroom is, in truth, the opening note of a disease that will follow you all day. And then there is your brain. Perhaps it suffers the worst of all. During deep sleep, a hidden network called the glymphatic system flushes away toxins built up in your neurons. But when sleep is cut short, the wash never finishes. The toxins linger. Slowly, your mind clouds. Your memory falters. You forget where you put your keys. You lose track of conversations. You stare blankly at the screen, struggling to focus. You call it aging, but it isn't aging. It's poison building in your own brain, night after night. To show you the truth, I need to tell you about a man I once knew. His name was Enrique. He was 63 years old when he came to see me. On the surface, he looked strong, broad shoulders, weathered hands, the quiet confidence of a man who had worked hard his whole life. To his friends and family, Enrique was solid, reliable, unshakable. But behind that mask, something darker was unfolding. Enrique told me he woke 3, sometimes 4 times a night to urinate. I asked him if it worried him. He smiled and shrugged. Doctor, at my age, it's normal. He had no idea how much that normal was costing him. Every morning, Enrique dragged himself from bed heavy and exhausted. He told himself it was stress. He told himself it was just part of getting older. But his wife saw the truth. She saw the man she loved snapping at small things, losing his patience, forgetting what she had just said. She saw the bags under his eyes, the quiet frustration in his face. His children saw it too. The strong father they once admired seemed weaker, distracted, somehow distant. At work, colleagues began noticing as well. Enrique, once sharp and dependable, started making mistakes. He missed deadlines, lost track of conversations in meetings, forgot key details. Younger co-workers began to whisper that he was slowing down. Enrique brushed it off, embarrassed. But inside he felt the sting. He wondered what was happening to him, why his mind no longer felt like his own. And then came the day when Enrique's body could no longer pretend. It happened during a meeting. In front of colleagues, Enrique collapsed. He woke up in the hospital with wires on his chest, monitors beeping around him. The diagnosis? Early heart failure, accelerated by years of broken nights. When he came back to my office weeks later, he was a different man. His strong shoulders seemed to slump under an invisible weight. His eyes, once steady, were filled with fear. He looked down as he spoke, his voice unsteady. I never thought getting up to pee at night could kill me slowly, he whispered. I thought it was just age. His wife sat beside him, tears in her eyes. She admitted she had begged him to see a doctor sooner. She confessed she had felt helpless, watching the man she loved fade in front of her. Enrique's children, once carefree around him, now looked at him with worry, seeing vulnerability for the first time. Enrique's story is not unique. It is the story of thousands of men. Men who dismiss nocturia as nothing. Men who laugh about it with friends. Who tell themselves it's just a nuisance. But while they joke, their hearts are eroding, their hormones collapsing, their brains fogging. They walk through the day as shadows of themselves, unaware that every night is chiseling away another piece of their life. The damage doesn't stop at the body. It spreads into daily life. A man who doesn't sleep well doesn't live well. He is irritable at home, distant with his family, less reliable at work. His performance declines, his relationships suffer, his joy fades. The poison of broken nights seeps into everything. His career, his marriage, his future. Some try to cover it up. They drown themselves in caffeine, take pills, force themselves to push through. Others give in to resignation, telling themselves it's inevitable. Very few seek the root. Fewer still discover that the root is not just the bladder, but the entire system crying out for change. Because nocturia is not just about urination. It is a message, a red flag raised by the body. A whisper at first, then a shout. Ignore it, and you open the door to devastation. Enrique learned this truth too late. You still have time, but understand this. What I've shown you so far is only the beginning. You know the dangers. You've seen the scars left on the heart, the hormones, the metabolism, the brain. But there is something else, something deeper, a secret hidden within the night, one that most men will never uncover. And when you hear it, you may never look at sleep the same way again. You now understand that nocturia is not simply a quirk of aging, but a coded warning. You've seen how it eats at your heart, strips your hormones, poisons your metabolism, clouds your brain. But if this is the danger, what is the way out? How does a man break the cycle, silence the nightly alarms, and reclaim the deep, unbroken sleep he thought was lost forever? The answer is not in miracle pills or shallow promises. The answer is in a forgotten ritual made of 4 steps, 4 adjustments that appear deceptively simple, but when combined, can transform your nights. Most men never hear of them. Fewer still put them into practice. But those who do discover that the chain of midnight awakenings can be broken. The first step seems obvious, yet almost every man fails here. Control what you consume before bed. Too many think the solution is just not drinking water before sleep. They are wrong. The real culprits are more subtle: alcohol, caffeine, sugary drinks, heavily salted or spiced meals. These are not harmless indulgences. They are stimulants and irritants, pushing your kidneys and bladder into overdrive. Instead of resting, your organs are processing, straining, draining. And as pressure builds, your body has no choice but to drag you from sleep. Think of alcohol. A glass of wine or whiskey before bed may feel relaxing, but it is a trap. Alcohol is a diuretic. It forces your body to flush water, sending you to the bathroom again and again. Coffee and tea are worse. Their caffeine lingers for hours, not only stimulating your bladder, but also jolting your nervous system awake. Even foods can sabotage you. Salt holds water, spices irritate the system, sugar spikes and crashes. By nightfall, your body is primed not for rest, but for disruption. The solution is not to live thirsty or deprived. It is to master the rhythm of intake. Hydrate generously in the daylight hours. Then, as darkness approaches, taper off. Let your body enter the night already balanced, free from excess. Choose calming, clean options. Give your bladder a chance to be silent. Discipline here is not about sacrifice. It is about reclaiming sovereignty over your nights. The second step is more surprising. The posture of your body when you lie down. Sleep is not passive. Your position determines whether your organs are compressed, whether your bladder is pressed, whether circulation flows or stagnates. Yet most men collapse into bed without thought, tossing, twisting, leaving their bodies vulnerable to the night. Consider the man who sleeps flat on his back, his lower spine unsupported. Gravity presses his abdomen, compressing his bladder, sending signals that echo as urgency. Another man curls tightly on his side, misaligning hips and spine, creating pressure points that ripple through the pelvis. Both will wake, not because they drank too much, but because their posture betrayed them. Correcting posture is like building a fortress for the night. A pillow adjusted under the knees, a mattress that supports instead of sags, a spinal alignment that allows full relaxation. These are not luxuries. They are weapons against nocturia. Men who make this change often report an astonishing discovery. They wake fewer times, sometimes not at all. It feels like magic, but it is biology, pure and simple. These 2 steps, control of intake and mastery of posture, have already changed the lives of those who applied them. Men resigned to broken nights found themselves sleeping 5-6 hours straight. For the first time in years, they woke feeling whole. Their families noticed the difference. Sharper eyes, steadier moods, laughter returning. Yet as powerful as these steps are, they are only the beginning, because 2 more steps remain. And these are deeper, more hidden, more unsettling. The third step is not about what you put into your body, but about the world you surround yourself with when you close your eyes. You may think darkness protects you, but your body is still listening. The faint glow of a charger, the hum of electronics, the restless heat trapped in your room. Each of these is a knife cutting through the fragile fabric of your sleep. To create a true sanctuary, you must seal these cracks. You must build a fortress against every invading stimulus. But the full method, the precise way to do this, must remain concealed a little longer. The fourth step does not belong to the outer world at all. It lives inside you, in the secret rhythm of your biological clock. Your circadian cycle dictates not just when you sleep and wake, but when your body heals, when your hormones surge, when your organs function. Yet modern life has shattered it. Screens burn into your eyes at midnight. Artificial light confuses your cells. Shifting schedules leave your inner clock in chaos. In this chaos, awakenings multiply. Resetting this rhythm is not a suggestion. It is a necessity. But how to reset it? That knowledge, too, remains hidden for now. Imagine the four together. Intake mastered, posture perfected, environment sealed, rhythm restored. Together they form a ritual, a wall, a defense that can return peace to your nights. This is not folklore. This is not magic. It is science translated into daily action. A path almost no one walks, but one that can change everything. Picture yourself living under this ritual. You go to bed without fear. Hours pass in silence. No pressure dragging you from the depth. Your heart rests. Your hormones flow. Your brain clears its toxins. Morning comes, and you rise with energy you thought was gone forever. Your wife sees the spark back in your eyes. Your children notice your patience, your humor. At work, your sharpness returns. It feels as though you have stepped back in time, reclaiming the man you thought you had lost. But remember this, right now you hold only 2 keys. 2 more remain locked away. Without them, the ritual is incomplete, the wall unfinished. And Nocturia, cunning and relentless, will find the cracks. You must go further. You must finish what has begun. Because between peaceful sleep and lifelong decline lies a line so thin, so fragile, that most men don't even see when they have crossed it. And once you cross, there may be no way back. We have reached the moment of truth. By now, you know that waking at night is not a harmless habit but a warning, written in fatigue, whispered by your body in the darkness. You've seen how it erodes the heart, drains hormones, poisons metabolism, clouds the mind. You've already discovered 2 of the steps that begin to break the cycle: controlling what you consume before bed and preparing your body with the right posture for rest. But now it is time to reveal the ritual in full. The first step is to master what you ingest before sleep. The trap is not only water, alcohol, caffeine, sugary drinks, salty or spicy foods. They are all saboteurs. They keep your organs working when they should be silent. The discipline is simple. Hydrate early in the day, taper off in the evening, avoid stimulants. It is not denial. It is preparation for real rest. The second step is to protect your posture. Your body is not a rag you throw onto the mattress. The position in which you sleep decides whether your bladder is pressured, whether your circulation flows, whether your muscles release. Correct the angles, support the spine, lift the legs slightly, and you change everything. It is invisible, but it is decisive. The third step is to build a fortress out of your environment. The faint glow of a device, the hum of a charger, the suffocating heat of a closed room, they all cut into your sleep. Your body senses them even if your mind ignores them. Darkness must be absolute. Silence must be sealed. The air must cool, clean, and still. Only then can your body sink without interruption. The fourth step is to reset the secret rhythm inside you, your biological clock. This circadian cycle is your true timekeeper, but modern life has shattered it. Screens late into the night, shifting bedtimes, mornings without real sunlight. To repair it, you must rebuild your rhythm. Sleep and wake at fixed times. Limit light before bed. Let the morning sun strike your eyes as your body's first signal. When your clock is reset, your sleep becomes armor. Together, these 4 steps form the ritual forgotten by most. They are not theory, not superstition. They are science hidden in plain sight. Applied together, they silence the midnight alarms, restore deep sleep, return energy to the body, clarity to the mind, strength to the heart. They are the difference between slowly fading and fully living. But before you feel safe, hear this. Some researchers whisper of a 5th secret, a hidden element so discreet it has barely begun to surface. Some men who follow the 4 steps still find themselves haunted by awakenings. Why? The answer may lie in this unknown. Is it genetic? Is it a deeper system within the body that no one yet understands? No one dares say with certainty. But the shadow of this 5th step looms, a reminder that the mystery of sleep is darker and deeper than most imagine. So you must decide. You can accept the decline, call it age, and keep walking toward collapse. Or you can apply this ritual, 4 simple acts before bed, and change the course of your life. Night after night, choice after choice, destiny is being written. If you've made it this far, I want you to write in the comments, I want to sleep in peace. That way, I'll know you are ready, that you are one of the few men willing to face the truth. And most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because what I will reveal in the coming videos is even more disturbing. Secrets about men's health that almost no one dares to speak aloud. Sleep in peace, if you can.